Thanks a lot for the invite. Very nice presentation, Honor. My presentation will not be so technical like yours, but I think I want to give some glimpse on a company that is also technical based, like Jimdo, and how we are using AI and why AI is so important for this new moment. So I'm CTO at Jimdo. Jimdo is a company from Hamburg, Germany. I'm also founder at Loopy AI, a developer productivity tool, and I advise some companies like Appliance Map Brazil and others from Brazil. You can see from my accent, I'm not from UK, I'm Brazilian, but I live in Europe for the last 6 years. If you want to add me, please, I'm available on LinkedIn. It would be a pleasure to connect and have some conversations. Jimdo is a company that started as website builder, and now we are changing our work to focus on self-employed. So we are building solutions to them. Whenever you are a solopreneur or a small business employing one or two people, we try to be your digital partner so you can focus on what matters and we can take care of the whole journey from digitalization to invoicing, everything that you need to do. We start as a website builder and we are moving through a different segment. We have 17 years of existence. We have 15 million published websites in our target, and we work with less than 100 engineers. So it's pretty challenging to get like all these services and this frequency and this availability with a smaller team than most of the companies. And one of the reasons that we can be so fast is exactly AI. And I want to come back a little bit to have some conversation about some waves that happen in the world. The first one is a personal computer. So back in 1777, like when nobody was having the computers in their houses, some people were still saying that personal computer, there was no marketing for that. Nobody would be buying. Even Thomas Watson from IBM, almost bankrupt IBM, when he said, like, I think there's only a market for 5 computers. But it came to stay. So that was the first wave that we saw in our world. The second big wave came with the internet. And likewise, a lot of people were doubting that the internet would be such a success like it is today. This webinar before 1990 or before 2000, like it was not possible for those who are older, like me, that were not born in this new generation. You could not make this kind of meetings and presentations, all of people like spread around the world. That was not common back then. The third wave was the mobile phone. So likewise, there are some videos from Steve Ballmer from Microsoft making fun of Steve Jobs. That is impossible. That device without a keyboard to be successful, and everybody knows like how many iPhone is the leader, the top seller mobile device in the world. So you can see like the transition between Web 1.0 to Web 3.0, all the work that was done. We're moving on from e-commerce solutions to social networks with Facebook, Instagram, Airbnb, and now we got to Web 3.0 with the decentralization of architecture, going to cryptocurrencies, blockchains, contracts, smart contracts. And now we have this new wave that is not so new, so we can head back AI, like it's from 1995, already got some papers on AI. But now, after OpenAI, this wave came, and then every company is actually actively looking at that. What I think it's important to say is that AI will not replace humans, but humans with AI are going to replace humans without AI. That's a very known sentence. And that's important because I will go back to Jimdo. We have 15 million websites. We have a lot of services. We offer a lot of different solutions, and we can do that with less than 100 people in the engineering department. And one of the reasons is that we are very productive because we use AI solutions on our daily basis. And again, it's not super technical presentation like Onur, but I'm trying to bring like the side of people who are using the technology to make faster development and to get better stuff done in their company. I strongly believe that natural language is the new programming language. So to be faster, you need to know what to ask. If you ask something wrong, AI will return you something wrong. If you can prompt properly, you're going to get good results. So we need to learn how to actually communicate with these platforms rather than just be like a traditional learning from programming languages. And what are we using at Jimdo? So one important thing, again, like we are a small number of people, how can we be so productive? In HR, we use for interviews. So we have MetaView that basically I don't need to write any kind of notes after I interview. And this saves me a lot of time. I can really focus my energy in building customer value and working for my customers rather than preparing a bunch of notes. And what is important is I have a meeting script for interviews that AI can follow, and the note taking happens in the way that I was expecting. But this is something that we take very seriously, our interviewing process, and AI can help. So it can make me much more performant than before. For designing prototyping, so I can use Cloud, for example. Our designers and our product people, they can communicate with Cloud AI and they can get some solutions that are actually deployed in our infrastructure. And they can validate this via customer research. So the whole process before for understanding a demand, understanding what you're going to do, discussing with customers and making sure that the assets are produced and making easier interviews, this can be completely speed up if you use the right tool. We also have Figma AI who converts the assets that you're generating to an application. So the flow for building and productivity is much, 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 much faster. We can have meetings for discussions and discussing new ideas. And at the end of this meeting, after 1, 2 hours, we have a usable prototype that our customers can use for development. So we have GitHub Copilot as one of the famous ones. And Copilot works in a way that you can code, and Copilot helps you, as the name says. It's a Copilot. And we also have Loopy, which is the company that I'm one of the founders, which is basically I can prompt, I can understand my whole code base, and I can make recommendations based on what I want to do. So think about agents that are doing some work that our team member don't need to do anymore. So writing tests or building some migration from A to B, speeding up some development from classes. So getting some domain-driven architecture. All of this work you can execute very fast. So this amount of your team, your engineer will focus in really building an algorithm, not just doing repetitive tasks by writing tests, by writing models, by connecting to databases, these things. So you can really make sure they get up to speed. What improvements we have seen? So we saw a lot. So basically we have some research in platforms for developer experience, and we could get almost a 40% improve on speed or development. And we also seeing much more happiness in our environment because those repetitive tasks, those things that takes a lot of time for you to do, things that you are trying to achieve and you need, I mean, I want to focus on my coding. If I'm from HR person, I want to focus on finding candidates. If I'm from finance, I want to focus on projections. All these repetitive tasks, they are improved by using AI. How to do it? I think it's very important that we need to change our mindsets. That's super important. As Onur was saying in his first presentation, a lot of small business, they are not following through. They are getting there, but they're still not using. AI will not be perfect. So it's not going to be the first time that you ask something, they're going to return something good. You need to change the way you work. And then remember for the waves, people who were saying that personal computer would not be successful, they paid the price. People who were saying that web would not be something, they paid the price. People who didn't believe on the iPhone or mobile phones, getting to mobile experience, they also paid the price. And if you do not go now through AI, if you don't embrace what AI is going to bring to your company, to your business, or to your career, if you're engineering, if you're not using AI tools to get faster, to get more productivity, somebody will, and you're going to let felt behind. So change your mindset. It's not going to be perfect in the first time, but learn how to use the platform. It's not about trying to improve it. It's about trying. It's about trying to improve it, not about trying to invalidate it. So again, like every time as engineers, we have this mindset of, let me prove this wrong until it's right. And with AI, it's a bit different. Let me improve it. Let me fix it. Let me work with it until it gets good results. If you just say this tool is bad because it doesn't return something I was expecting, at some point it will get better. The model will get better. Somebody will release something, and you don't have this in your company DNA. And last but not least, do not fight with the platform. We have a bunch of different platforms. So don't try to, my recommendation would be like, don't try to build the best models in place, but seek for a better experience. So really look, understanding how you can code, how you can make your application be available, whatever your customer is there. So don't try, if you have a company like Jimdo, for example, we are not trying to build another LLM, like we don't even have resources for that. It's very expensive. But we try to provide AI in our use cases, whatever our customers are in need for AI. So we think like how our customers will use this in the next 2 years, next 3 years, how the world will be there. And then we offer these use cases for them. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. I hope it was productive. And thanks a lot also, Formula, for the invite.
That's amazing. Thanks so much, Felipe. Has anybody got any questions? Feel free, again, same system, raise your hands, add them to the Q&A box.
Felipe, the products that you showed are mostly third-party products. Are you building anything internally using your own data?
We do have one model for recommendation on, for example, whenever you build a website, what are the best images that can go and can fit with your text? So we do have like, we get the customer information, we get their images, and then we offer the best distribution for building your website, for example. And we are trying to get through more specific use cases, which kind of domain you should purchase, which kind of text you can have, and so forth. So really focusing on how the image for the customer is available for the outside world.
Got it. A different question. So when you were deciding on which vendor to use, what were your parameters?
So usually, because we are not a very big company, price plays an important role. So we try to check, and also because we are in Germany, privacy is something super important. So it's usually price, privacy, so how much certifications and how much GDPR compliant they are, and then the accuracy of the model. So it's not that we would go for the least accuracy, like if there's no one that's accurate enough, we're not going to go for them, but we try to balance these three areas.
Sorry, one more question.
Of course.
During the demo, how did you judge the accuracy of the model? Means, what were the few things you saw?
It's a bit tricky. So we usually, what I normally ask is for like a 1 or 2 months POC or trial period. That's how we negotiate contracts. But I need to go to the enterprise plan. So I'm not like just purchasing on the website. I'm getting connect with the account executive, and then that's how we evaluate. So we do a longer, extensive proof of concept, and then I have my engineering. For the engineering tool, I have my engineers validating the kind of results they get, and then we feed back to the company, and they get it back.
Understood. Thanks, Felipe. Some nice use cases there.
Of course. Thank you.